So let me ask you this question. Why is it when we hear quality of life, we always equate it to luxury cars, big houses, expensive vacation, or designer labors, when quality of life has nothing to do with that? It's not about how much you spend, it's how you live. What's up, guys? My name is Jay, and I'm an American expat, and I am currently living right here in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. I quit my job in 2021 and decided I want to take my talents elsewhere, and I've been enjoying my life right here in this beautiful island ever since. People ask me all the time, how is it that you live in Dominican Republic? They got all these bad roads, dealing with all the power outages, and what about all the trash in certain neighborhoods? The quality of life there must be low. But here's what people don't understand. Quality of life does not mean luxury. It doesn't mean smooth roads, big malls, or shiny buildings. Those are conveniences for sure, but it doesn't add up to happiness. And after living in Dominican Republic and the United States, I can honestly tell you it's the exact opposite. See, what you need to understand is that quality of life is about balance. It's about fulfillment. It's about a peace of mind. Luxury is external, it's flashy, and to be honest with you, it's temporary also. But quality of life, it's internal. It's about your health. It's about your relationships, it's about your time, and mainly it's about your mindset. In the US, we often equate quality of life with luxury, the bigger house, who has the newer cars, who eats at the fancier restaurant. But for me, I found myself stressed out, always working, always rushing, with little time to enjoy any of it. But here in Dominican Republic, yes, the roads may have potholes, but guess what else I see? I see kids outside playing. I see neighbors sitting together. I see people actually living instead of grinding 24/7. Quality of life is about connections. It's not about how polished the surface is. So let me ask you a question. Would you rather be that person living in a modest apartment with good health, supportive family, enough time to enjoy the day? Or would you rather be that person in a big mansion, always stressed out, isolated, and constantly working to pay for their lifestyle? You tell me which one of those people have the better quality of life. Listen, one of the most overlooked parts of quality of life is time freedom. When you control your time, you control your life. Having the ability to spend more time with your family, having some time to rest, having time to work on your passion projects, to me, that's a lot more important than driving the latest car. In the States, we have access to every single convenience. However, we're still pressed for time. We're stuck in traffic, we're glued to our phones, and working our butts off just to cover the bills. And of course, here in DR, in certain areas, you may have to wait for the power to come back on. But guess what? You have time to go to the beach, you have time to go out and eat with friends, you have time to actually breathe. And that's something that your money just can't buy. So you tell me, which one of those lifestyles feel more richer? For me, I'd rather have more time than have more things. Because be honest, what's the point of having all these luxury toys when you don't have time to enjoy them? So now let's talk about health, because health is another pillar of quality of life. And because we get caught up in so much routine in the United States, we tend to forget about this one. A luxury lifestyle can't save you if you're not out there taking care of your mind and your body. A simple walk every day, eating fresh foods, getting enough sleep. These are not luxuries, these are the basics, but they directly impact your quality of life. In the United States, the stress levels are through the roof. You know why? Because the culture pushes you to keep working, to keep producing, to keep consuming. And that type of stress can take a toll on your health. Doesn't matter if you live in the nicest neighborhood. But since I've been here in DR, guess what? I walk more, I eat more fresh fruits, I love my mangoes, and life is just a lot slower here. A simple walk to the Comado or the supermarket does more for me than sitting in traffic on 95 trying to get to Miami. So ask yourself, would you rather have the latest tech, or would you rather have energy to play with your kids and live a life without constant stress? Because for me, health always wins. Listen, we know luxury can buy exclusivity, but quality of life builds connection. The people you're around, the love you give and receive, that sense of belonging to a community, man, that is priceless. When you live in an environment where everyone is supportive of each other, when you can share a moment without being judged, that's a high quality of life. That doesn't cost a dime. People love to point out the trash problems here, but what they fail to see is the community in those same neighborhoods. In the US, I can go weeks without seeing my neighbors because everybody lived in their own bubble. But here in Dominican Republic, we know our neighbors. We greet each other. We share food. We look out for each other. That sense of belonging means way more to me than a perfectly manicured neighborhood. Finally, it comes down to mindset, because luxury is all about wanting more, upgrading, and chasing. But that's the American culture. Quality of life is about appreciating what you already have. And that's pretty much the culture here. Because contentment doesn't mean you're settling, it means you're being grateful. You can live in a small home, you can wake up feeling at peace, surrounded by love and purpose, and that's a quality of life. For me, a simple breeze in the evening on my balcony with a cigar, my wife bringing me fresh mangoes, spending family time, laughing with our neighbors. It may not look like luxury to you, but it creates a much richer life than any brand name bag or any sports car. I still want a Lambo though. So yes, the Dominican Republic has bad roads, power outages, imperfect systems. So what? Because when I look at the bigger picture, the quality of life I have here is 100 times better than the quality of life I had in the United States. Why? Because I'm not under the constant pressure. I have my health, I have my freedom, I have community, not to mention I'm at peace. So I say this for the last time. Quality of life is not about luxury. It's not about status. It's about freedom. It's not about possessions. It's about your experiences. And it's not about showing off. It's about showing up for yourself and for the people that matter the most to you. And in Dominican Republic, I have just that. Listen, if this video spoke to you, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment below. And guys, remember, I have a weekly newsletter. It's called Live Your Best Life Newsletter. I'm gonna put the link in the video description below. If you're into money, living abroad, personal development, this is the newsletter for you. So guys, remember, always keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Always live in the present, because that's the only way you're gonna live your best life. And I'm out. Peace.
Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Something you and me, oh. Je begon aan mijn best life, yeah. Jumping, flexing,